everyone, Irene Kraus playing as Athena Artist here in RimWorld, and I am going to have to start a new colony here. I'll explain briefly what happened with my last colony. I had recorded that one gameplay session, and when I came back to try to load, because I thought I had a bright idea, because there was that update there just before Thanksgiving, and I thought, well, holidays are coming up and I knew I wasn't going to be able to get to play or do as much as I normally do because of, holiday things going on with family and so forth. So I decided, well, what I'll just do is I'll record as much as I can, and then I'll work on the videos as time permits. So when I came back in to try to load my game, well, the one mod that I have installed here was not showing. And so, of course, I went over to Steam and checked to make sure I was still subscribed to it, which I was. But it wasn't coming up, and of course it was giving me an error message if I tried to load my saved game file, because of course it wasn't for some reason seeing that mod. Now, I don't know if the problem was Steam or if it was with RimWorld. I really have no clue what it was, but I came in probably once a week or so there all through the holidays trying to figure out what was going on with things, and I could never figure out what it was. Finally, though, for some reason in January, this was about 2 weeks ago, I think it was before they did this update here on the 16th, though. But anyway, all of a sudden it came up and it noticed I had the mod. It was all there. It was fine. Oh, finally, so I get to come in and record a new episode with RimWorld. Well, it did not go very well. I had a firestorm. Everything was destroyed. I didn't lose all. I had my 3 colonists there. They were still alive and everything. Everything was going fine. But when I went out of the game and I looked at my my recorded file, I figured it was going to be the end anyway, because like I said, everything was destroyed. They had no food. They were all starving to death. And of course, that's what they did. They starved to death and everything. But anyway, I looked at my recorded file. I was going to start to bring it in to do the edit work, and because I was actually going to split that one up into chunks. And I found for some reason there was no sound in it. There was nothing recorded. And I went back and I found somehow or another that my settings inside my recording program had gotten messed up, and it had not picked up the recording. So that was very odd. In fact, I'm going to pop over here and look real quick. Yeah, it's showing it is recording now, so yeah, things are going well there, crossing fingers. So we'll find out when we start this new colony up. So that's what we're going to do right now. But anyway, sorry you couldn't get to see the end of that with the firestorm and everybody dying. So let's start with a new colony. And yes, we're going to do our usual crash land. And we're going to go with Cassandra, with a medium, and with a reload anytime. And we will try this map. I still do not know what to do, so I'm trying to avoid maps where there's mountains and things, or if there's any area that's inaccessible, like on an island or something like that. I don't know what to do about those sort of things. I've not had much luck with trying to play with where I've got a mountain in there or something, so again, that's something I'm trying to avoid. Now, I'm going to aim somewhere here in the middle of my map. Yes, where I have year-round growing. I'm not too close to anything. So, there we go. I got a pretty nice site right there. Okay. Now, I'm going to pick out my 3 colonists. I'll come back when I've got them picked out, and we'll go through. Okay, well, I think we've got a pretty good group here. We have Hoshi, who has our best plant skills. I'm actually learned to avoid any, well, nothing real serious under health, and of course making sure they're incapable of nothing, and also watching for over in here, as I've mentioned before. Again, I don't see anything too adverse there, and I can't pronounce her last name, but I'm going to call her Hoshi, and we're just going to nickname her Hoshi. But she's a teenager, by the way, so that's going to be interesting. Now then we have Yuna, who is a colony settler, and her skills are primarily in the construction and mining area. Again, no health issues, no incapability. She is pretty, which means most people tend to like her. She's a bit of a teetotaler, and she's a bit of a neurotic, which means she likes to have things squared away. But that actually might count to a benefit to us, as long as it doesn't get to be too excessive, that is, because she might be helping us with keeping our cooking area clean and so forth. And then we have, oh dear, now this one, I think I'm going to have to change her name. Well, not Alexandra, that's fine, but let's change her last name to, just change her to Sloan. And change that to Sloan as well. There. Okay, and as you can see, we've got a pretty good balance. She has our best shooting skills. She has our best melee. And Hoshi has only melee skills. So, but they are not incapable of using a gun. And I think that I will actually give her the pistol. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, look at all this rich soil we have over here. Wonderful. Okay, let's save our game in case something should happen and our computer should crash or whatever. Okay, let me pause the game. And the first thing let's do is make sure that we have everything that's dropped with us here available. Let's see. I don't think we got everything. Okay. Now what sort of an animal did we get? Oh, we got a cat. Well, we're definitely going to restrict that to the home area. Now this, let's see, what's this? We're going to have to claim this, I guess. Now, this is steel, but I think I'm going to have to do is make this bigger. So we're going to hit. What I'm going to do is we'll make this a bit bigger this way eventually, but we're also going to see, there's some heal roots I see here that we can harvest. Let's grab those while we could see them. Okay, now you notice we don't have any rivers or anything, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and make sure we did get everything in our immediate area. Well, let's see, what else? Well, there's another area up there we could use for, I guess you could call it a conversion area. Let's go ahead and Get some things marked there. And let's see, we need to, where is that? There it is. Set those for hauling away. And this is limestone. Let's go ahead and claim this whole thing again. And I'm gonna put a steel door there, and I'm gonna put a steel wall there, 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 and there. Okay, so that's gonna be our, I guess you could call it our conversion zone. There's a couple fruit things there too. Okay, now let's start figuring out what, and I've also decided to give up on that that idea of putting in the Nutri dispenser. No one wanted to eat that. So I think I had it set up right, but it was, I would say, a failed thing because nobody liked it. So again, until I have a better grasp of how things work, I'm gonna give up on that. So let's start with making our first stockpile zone, and I'm gonna go back. Well, actually, what kind of a wall is this? This is slate. I'm gonna go ahead and claim that. Oh, I gotta go back over here to this one. There. For some reason I can't. Alright. I can make use of this in my construction, though. So anyway, we're going to put in our stockpile. Oh, let's come up. That should be plenty big. Now for this one, I'm going to leave that as the default settings for right now. And then for to finish out our structure, we're going to go back to a wooden wall, up this way, and down this way, come across here. I think I'm going to have to come down just a bit more. I want to make sure I have a big enough common room. Okay, and then we're putting in wooden doors. I do want to put one here, 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 one there, put one there, and one there. There. Now, for our temperature, we're going to put in one there, there. I know maybe I'm putting too many of these in here. I'm only going to put in one on that side. We'll see if we can get away with that and put two down that way. Okay, there we have our basic structure set up. Now we're going to need a fueled stove. We're going to put that in the middle of this wall. And yes, I know it's outside. That's okay. We'll put in a little stool. Then we're going to put in this kind of table. Put that down in this area. And we'll put in 1, 2, just 3 tables for now. Now, because we have a cat, let's bring in an interior sleeping area. And we're going to put in 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to put in one extra, which we will use as a medical bed for anybody that needs treatment for right away. Okay, so there we have that. Now we need, oh yes, we need a recreational something. So let's put that up. I don't want to get it too close to there again. Put it there. Oh, I forgot to look at work, and I want to sign things manually. Now, she has our best doctor skills, so she's definitely going to be one. But these all can do doctoring, so they're going to be on the board. Now, she has our best with that, but so we'll give her a 2 there. Put her on, and these 2 on there, so they'll be able to. Now, handling, this is for animals. Yeah, I'm going to put her as a 2 and a 3. Now, she is our cook, so that's also going to be a very important skill. I'm going to put them down as 3s for now. Now, hunting, she has the real passion but the least skill for it. I'm going to put that as a 2. And we will put her in there so she's there. Now, construction, that's going to be an important skill for her. And I guess for her, so they can do it. Now, growing, yeah, that's going to be, let's put that as a 2. And that is a 2. Now, mining, that's going to be there. And we're going to put there so they can mine. Now, plant cutting, I'm going to leave those as 2s for everybody. Now, I'm not going to mess with any of these at all for now, other than the cleaning, which I think she was our neat freak. So we're going to give her a 2 there for that. Okay, there we go. Now, who was it that was our construction? That was Una. So, Una, you're going to go over and prioritize that. Let's go ahead. Let you do that. Oh, she built it already. Okay, now let's worry about weapons. Now, Hoshi. Now, who was it that had our shooting? That would be Sloane. So she's getting the rifle. And Una was getting the pistol. And Hoshi is going to get our knife. There we go. Let them pick up their weapons. There we go. Now, actually, I think what I will do, seeing as I'm gonna turn this one into my conversion area, let's go ahead and mark all that as being deconstructed. Let's see, we also need to start getting some planting going. So let's start with there's one there, and we're going to put one there. Now this one, that could stay potatoes. This one will make rice. And this one we're going to make the strawberries, so we have a variety of foods for everybody to eat. Okay. So we're getting ready with that. Now what about... Well, we have buffaloes, alpacas, turkeys. We have the boomerats, but apparently the boomerats do not give you that, whatever you call it, that chemical fuel. Only the boomalopes. And I don't see any boomalopes on the list. But we are going to need to tame something. I think the buffaloes can be used as pack animals. Yes. And we happen to have two, a male and a female, because they also will give us fur and things. I think we don't have any female alpacas. We might get some in. You never know. Okay. Now I need to put in a dumping, what's called a dumping stockpile. And I want to put that one near where my construction, my butchering and so forth and everything is going to be going on. So let's put that down in here. And we're going to select for our preset the chunks. And then we're going to modify it to include, well, no, do I want to put the corpses there? I wanted to put contaminated apparel in there as well. Not the clean ones, but the tainted ones there. And we've got the chunks, and we also could put in, let's see, we could put in any of these things, well, other than the goods. I want those kept, well, like steel, wood, uranium, even jade, I suppose. Things that can be put over here that they're going to be out in the open for quite a while. Now I need one for corpses. I think I'm going to use one of these. I don't need a real big one for this. Now this one, put it for rotting. Well, now this wants to put the, I guess that, let's take this all out. We don't need that in there. So we've got all that going into that one, which is a bigger one. I figure eventually I'm going to set one up for just for the tainted materials. What I wanted to put in here was the corpses, but I do want to allow the freshly killed ones, which I think is that setting. Then we're going to put in our butcher table. that in right there. And we have to give them a little stool or something to sit on. There we go. Okay, so that's our basic setup to get started. Now, who was it that was our construction? That was Una. So let's get her to work on doing these things up here. And she botches our construction. There's our door. Okay, so now we're putting in a bed, and this one we are designating as for prisoners. Now they are going to need one of the very small tables in there, and a chair. Oops. Well, actually, I could get away with giving them a stool, I think. They can have a potted plant, a torch for a light, and then a end table. There. We also need to chop wood, don't we? Okay, we're gonna set this to butchering creatures forever. There we go. Oh, and we do need to put in to make kibble until we have like 15. There. Now we need to put in our security arrangements. I'm going to start with just our simple we will probably move these as our area expands, but let's see now. Where can I put? Well, there's actually this. I could hide one in there. That's steel. We'll be mining that out probably shortly. Now let's get our stove built. Now, I'm gonna cook simple meals until we have, let's put that up to 25. There. For now. We're getting our plants taken care of. Now, let's see, let's start getting work done on these coolers. Oh, we need power, don't we? Oh my. Let's put our wind turbine right there. We're going to need a power switch and a power conduit. Oops. There we go. There we go. I got one cooler built. That's table built too, while I'm thinking of it. We need a floor underneath our where our stove is. Okay. kill. Have to. Who's our miner? She's our miner too. We should have everything cleared out, well, almost all the way, so that they can roof this area in. There's this over here that needs to get built. yourself into the line of fire there. Okay, what's wrong with Yuna? She's not happy about her environment. Well, let's make sure she's coming over here and okay, we have some turkey meat available for people to turn into simple meals. We have someone, yes, down is cooking.